Good morning, everybody. Oliver Joyce from Whiskeybarrel Studios. How you doing? It's been a while. I'm not going to lie, it's been nearly a couple of weeks since the last video, and I'll tell you why. I've been in relative developer hell because I took it upon myself to do a little fixing of the old Swords and Sandals Classic Collection, which has been around for quite a while now, its current sort of Steam iteration. But the games themselves have been around for much longer. The first Swords and Sandals game came out in 2006, I believe. And the code for that is even older than that because it took a few years to sort of, put all, the workings of that together. So when I decided, for some reason, last Monday morning, not this Monday morning, but the Monday before, in sort of mid-August, that I'd do a quick fix for Swords and Sandals and in the process add achievements and so on, I thought, oh, that'll take 2 or 3 days. Now it's Thursday on the following week, and I'm still patching this thing. So it's taken me 8 or 9 days just to sift through the just abysmal code base that is those games and try to make some sense of it. Because the problem is when you start patching something, you realize that if you fix this thing breaks. It's almost like being in one of those rowboats that's flooding with water and filled with holes, and you put your finger in one hole and then it spouts out another hole and that kind of thing, and the boat is slowly sinking. I've been in a deep depression, not really, but relatively speaking, working through these games, and I felt just every day sucked. I'm proud of these games, and I love the joy that it brings everybody, but I'm not proud of all the bugs in them, and they are so hard to work with. It's so hard to try and fix. And the one I was focusing on the most was Swords and Sandals 4 Tavern Quests. Now, Tavern Quests was built on the back of Swords and Sandals 3. So we took the original game of Swords and Sandals 3, copied and pasted the file, then I just started editing it and just adding in all this junk, all these mini games from myself and other developers that I used to work with, reskinning their games to work. It is such a hodgepodge of different code, different styles of code, stuff that sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. The way it was built is such a head scratcher. Going back to look at it now, oh my gosh. So in case I'm not stressing this enough, this has been a nightmare to try and edit. But, that's on me. That's my own fault. What I was trying to achieve in Swords and Sandals 4 Tavern Quests was 4-player saving of the gladiators. Because in the past, you've only been able to save one gladiator at a time. That's player one. And people want to play against their friends that go through the whole board, and at the end, only player one will be able to level up and save and buy items from shops. So I thought, well, finally, let me tackle this. Let me fix this. And I'm pleased to say, it works now. You can save up to 4 human players, and you can also shop and buy and sell inventory and that kind of thing at last. This hasn't been without its own challenges and bugs, and it may have introduced more bugs. I'm working on the last patch for now for the game this morning, which should be up in a couple of hours, that should fix gladiators at the start of the game not showing any armor, and then using armor that's much higher level than they're supposed to have. I'm working on a potential solution for that. If I can't fix it, that's just it. It's just too hard basket for now. But the uptake of that is you can load up to 4 gladiators. And I hope that's something that, will make the game more playable and more fun for you guys. One other thing I added in Swords and Sandals 4 was an option to simulate the duels, just order battles and duels. And that means, sometimes you get summoned to a duel and you're like, I don't want to fight this guy again. I just want to get on with the mini games and all the other stuff. So you can click simulate duels and it'll just simulate a result. It's a pretty simple simulation. Often higher level gladiators will lose to lower level gladiators because, very much the random number generated gods. But also I think, fixed the undefined names in duels bug, which was causing a lot of grief. So there are a couple of simple fixes for that. A couple of other fixes for Swords and Sandals 2 and 3. Not much was done on them, but one other thing, if you weren't aware of, Steam achievements are in the games at long last. There are, I think, 70 achievements or something now. So lots of achievements, mainly to do with defeating arena bosses and finishing games. But there's a couple of other ones in there as well, and I'm glad that they're finally in there because a lot of people have asked for them. I did in the patch notes mention something about trading cards. After working on it for 8 or 9 days with this other stuff, this became too hard. I'm going to take a break from that, and maybe in the future I'll look at trading cards for that game if there is enough demand. Because I really got to get back on with Sword and Sandals Immortals. I know you guys want to know and see more of that game, and I really apologize for not showing you anything the last few weeks. I'll bring you a video early to mid next week with some footage of the Golem character class, which I actually was able to take a few hours off patching the hell of the Classic Collection and put the Golem in because the artwork came in. So we'll have some new armor to show you guys, new weapons, and of course the Golem character class, which will be in there soon. Yes, take a deep breath. And one of the reasons that I do go back and patch these games in the collection and that kind of thing is because I respect and love the fans so much, and you guys deserve it. You know, you're some of the hardest working fans in the business. You guys are, constantly on Discord and YouTube and talking to each other and talking to me, letting me know what you think of the series, your memories of the series, and what you think needs to be fixed and improved. And I definitely listen. I have a Patreon, as you guys know, and these Patreon supporters have just allowed me to sort of that breathing room just to go back and actually take a few days off Immortals and patch the Classic Collection. So in every one of these videos, I want to give a little shout out to these guys. And the numbers are growing. That's awesome. So we have Jandaku Chanahi, Noah Gudajan, Nico, XARP Omega, Ilya Gurovic, John Stayscal, Jeffro of Hex3D, Daniel Funches, Davi Riri, Pialo34, Bardi X, Michael Loda, Jack, Yunus Yalo, and Hopeless. Which are not hopeless at all. I'm full of hope for you, my friend. You guys are fantastic supporters, and I'm honored to have patrons in my Patreon. So I thank you. And you know who else thanks you? This guy. That guy. Go. All right, down. Get down. Go. Always angry. He's angry because he's passionate, and I'm passionate too. So, that's it for today, for Patreon anyway. One more thing. Okay, so in case you didn't know, of course, Swords and Sandals Immortals is now available to wishlist on Steam. And this is the game we've been working on since February. I like to describe it as basically the ultimate Swords and Sandals. It's the culmination of every game that I've made in the past. Bigger, better, and ever, and multiplayer. So you can wishlist that in the trailer description below. Yeah, there's a Steam link there. That's what I meant to say. I really am excited about Sword and Sandals Immortals, and I can't wait to get back to working on it after the couple of weeks I've had with the last game. Yeah, it's been brutal. Hey, look, we're at 6,000 subscribers. That is fantastic. It's been a slow growth of the channel, but the fans are really passionate, and I do appreciate everything, all the comments you guys write on the channel. Soon we'll be at 8,000, then 10,000, then 100,000. We'll take on the world. Maybe not. Maybe we need millions before that happens. But if I'm still doing this at age 100, maybe there'll be 1 million subscribers. Exponential growth, as they say. That's it for today. A lot to get through. Yeah, I'm still feeling kind of phased out after all that Classic Collection stuff. It's really done my head in. And I know I'm going to have to keep patching them for years to come. But, I do it for love. Anyway, my friends, that's it for now. I'll have more to show you from Immortals next week. I'm looking forward to that. Have a brilliant week, whatever you get up to. And speak to you soon. Bye for now.